Hey, so as the youngest person to ever hold a master's degree in Viking and medieval Norse studies, I thought today I should use my master's to analyze your sad, pathetic life. And why you're a flop.
I was the youngest person in Canada to graduate with an MBA, to ever graduate with an MBA.
I'm gonna use my master's degree. My master's in Viking and medieval Norse studies.
And today I'm gonna use it to analyze the potential downfall of Hailey Bieber.
Today I thought I'm gonna use my master's degree to swim in this gorgeous pool. Today I'm gonna be using my master's degree to stretch. Today I'm gonna be using my master's degree in Viking and medieval Norse studies to yell at my cats until they learn how to behave.
Hi, so I have a master's degree in business. I have a master's degree in marketing. I have a master's degree in botanical medicine.
There's something I forgot to tell you. I have a master's degree in Viking and medieval Norse studies. If you're thinking about skipping graduate school, don't do it. Get a master's. Because apparently having a master's degree makes you an expert at everything. You can have a master's in puppet arts from UConn and come over here to talk down to me. Consult me about why my life is a joke, what I'm doing wrong in my life. You have a master's now. You know, I'm qualified to tell you how to be better. Yes, be better is that guy. His whole brand is picking people apart and their brands. Sure, he gives pretty good takes. It's always good to keep, brands in check. It's useful. But it's always so negative. We'll talk about that in a minute. It's always the downfall of someone that he's going after. The downfall of Nangalsi. The downfall of Narasi. The downfall of Mr. Beast. The downfall of Red Lobster. The downfall of Addison Rae. The downfall of Taylor Swift. He doesn't like anything. If it's not the downfall, it's Jeffree Star ruined my skin. He didn't like that one cookie brand.
Okay, so I finally caved and I got these stupid cookies you guys won't shut up about. Who is paying you guys? Who is paying you guys to say these cookies are good? I was fully prepared that this was going to be a case of good marketing and mediocre products. I was not prepared for it to taste like shit. No, I'm in shock. I was mentally not prepared for it to taste that bad. Is this whole thing supposed to be funny? Like, let's see how many millions we can make by selling the worst cookies. Like, oh my god, it's terrible. It's terrible. Like, these are objectively disgusting. Shame on everybody who's posting videos saying these are good. Whoever started this company, you need to be in jail. Anybody that has ever posted a video saying that these cookies are good, you need to be institutionalized. Hi there, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks. So I know this isn't your fault at all, I'm not blaming you, but I was just in and I got 6 cookies and I have to be honest, they were the worst cookies I've ever tasted in my entire life. You don't get that feedback often? Like, people seem to like them?
Yeah, people tell like they like them.
He didn't like this.
I really don't like it at all.
He didn't like that.
That's an ugly looking chocolate bar. That's disgusting. That is probably the worst chocolate I've ever tasted in my entire life.
He puked out this vegan Nutella. Has anyone ever done anything good? Nothing can appease him. Nothing. Well, when you're the youngest guy in Canada to hold a master's degree.
Hi, I was the youngest person in Canada to graduate with an MBA.
The standards are pretty high. That said, he does have valid points. He didn't like Erewhon's $88 smoothies. The hell is an $88 smoothie?
In total, these came to about $88 USD. There's no way people actually unironically purchase these with their own money.
Like, what? How do I pay for the in installments? Sorry, if you're gonna go shop at Erewhon, bring a checkbook. So stupid, but the downfall of Noah Beck. Yes, Noah Beck. Like what?
Hi, I have a master's degree in marketing and I'm absolutely dying to talk about Noah Beck's new brand.
Apparently he didn't like his underwear brand. Said it's a flop, basically.
I think it's in danger of going bankrupt.
And in his analytical videos, he just throws in a bunch of buzzwords, business buzzwords.
That's a good cherry on top. But what's the actual ice cream? What is the meat and potatoes of this brand? What is making your products different than other people's products? That's the question that I want answered, and the questions that should be asked before a brand is launched. Right? It's not giving a true, authentic, tangible reason to support the brand. So we have a really great foundation to work with that could have been molded and built into something very powerful and meaningful.
Marketing buzzwords.
We tell the consumer the story into production as a consumer in that strategic direction with their target demographic.
Saying, well, in my opinion, the obvious. A brand needs a unique selling point. Obviously.
You have to really give your consumers a reason to need and want your products, and you need to solve a problem and explain to them why yours is better than your competitors.
You need to do something that sets you apart from the competitors. Obviously.
What is making your products different than other people's products?
Really? I didn't. Oh my god. Doctor, I have a very high fever, a terrible cough, I'm projectile vomiting. Yes. What does it mean? It means you might be sick. Thanks, I guess. Wow, people go nuts in the comments. Nuts! It could never have occurred to them that a brand might need to set itself apart from its competitor. Or that a brand might need a unique selling... Oh shit!
Honey, that education paid off!
And it's cute though. I love seeing people be so supportive. He's a bright kid. Alright? Maybe not bright in like a positive sense. No, he's like negative as negative as they come. But bright as in smart. He's smart. But I've always found the serious and negative tone of every single one of his videos just exhausting and unnecessary. Like the one time he would like something, he's taken by surprise. Like he was walking into it, ready to tear it down.
Let's see if it smells good. Okay, definitely oily, for sure. It doesn't spritz out like your regular fragrance would. Okay. It's very pretty, actually.
And it's always around marketing. But he never talks about the rise of anything. There was a lot of things rising in marketing. It's always the downfall of... And the funny thing is that Noah Beck replied to that video, thanked him for his feedback, to which he responds saying... Let me just pull this out real quick.
Oh, I did a video a while back sort of calling out Noah Beck, and to his credit, instead of blocking me or threatening me, which I have experienced before, he was actually able to engage in a little healthy, constructive criticism, so we applaud that.
To his credit, Noah, you deserve praise for handling my esteemed opinion.
We applaud that.
You have done well. You did not crumble. Just comes off as snobby. A little patronizing to me. I don't know if it's what he's saying or if it's how he's saying it. It's just how it's coming off to me. Okay? Feels like an obnoxious superiority complex situation. I honestly feel like I could have felt very differently about him. Maybe you as well. Had he been aware of the way he comes off, it always comes off as though he's superior. We should all just huddle around him in a circle and listen to him tell us the most obvious insights. Give us your advice, oh superior one. I should have a unique selling point. Oh my god. Watch me pull out my master's degree here to serve you a rather basic analysis with surface level insights. And you did not bite the hand that feeds you. Excellent. Excellent. To your credit.
So they look like good quality. Cotton, which is good.
The guy who knows it all. What time is it? Be Better knows. Are Erewhon smoothies worth your money? Be Better knows. They're not. You don't need a master's to know not to spend $80 on a smoothie, right? Is Mr. Beast's chocolate a scam? Be Better knows. Is Nara Smith the most despicable and manipulative human to ever walk the earth?
Nara Smith, such an evil genius supervillain.
Be Better knows. Will Kamala Harris lose the upcoming elections? No one knows. Like Be Better knows. And according to the whispers from both his masters in business and herbology, yes, she will lose. The downfall of Kamala Harris.
So based on my objective analysis, I believe that Kamala Harris's campaign is built upon very flawed marketing strategy.
She's just not qualified. And his objective, mind you,
objective. And because she hasn't done that intellectual work to decide where she really lands on these important issues, she may end up looking unqualified for the job.
He says she hasn't done the intellectual work.
And because she hasn't done that intellectual work...
You know, what the fuck? People were alarmed. There was a clear air of misogyny and racism in his take, especially when he was talking about identity politics. He has since deleted this video, but to sum it up for you, he's saying she's gonna fail because she's relying on the fact that she's a woman woman of color.
A certain demographic of the population that will vote for her solely based on that alone.
And has no intellectual backing to her platform.
She doesn't really stand for anything.
Thank you so much for your... First of all, representation in politics is good. She has never mentioned once her womanhood in her political campaign, and nor is she unintelligent.
That she has a historical tendency to say extremely stupid things and make very dumb gaffes.
He's posted an apology video addressing everything he said, saying, everything I said was wrong.
Kamala Harris's campaign is mostly centered around identity politics. That was such a stupid comment, but it is factually wrong. I now see she actually hasn't mentioned that one time. Kamala Harris hasn't even mentioned one time the fact that she's a woman.
I was wrong about everything.
If Kamala Harris hasn't done the intellectual work, when in reality, she has spoken about many policies.
But in the initial video, he also started criticizing the marketing of her campaign, which he, might I remind you, has a master's degree in.
The issue with using social media as a way to evaluate the current success of the Kamala Harris campaign is that social media metrics can be extremely inflated and very misleading.
There's a lot of words, a lot of yapping, dare I say. But he's just saying that she relies on social media, you know, where a lot of non-Americans are.
Many people on TikTok are in international countries who just enjoy watching the politics for the show of it, like me.
Not necessarily voters. Did you know that some people who use TikTok are below the voting age?
Huge demographic on TikTok, for example, are people under the age of 18. They will not be voting.
Correct, because Kamala Harris's political campaign team did not know. He had to tell them with his insights, his marketing masters. Like, no shit. Do you really think the team of experts on any political campaign, a $540 million political campaign, did not know any of this? But it's not the first obvious thing he's ever said. He's been saying obvious things while waving his masters in your face since the beginning. My favorite thing is how he ends the Kamala Harris video. With advice. With advice.
So if Kamala Harris really wants to win this election, she needs to radically and quickly move away from the superficial, hollow rhetoric that she's been engaging in and put together a substantial policy platform and articulate a very clear vision that she has for the country.
You know, like the advice he gave Noah Beck, or the advice he gives brands on how they should just, well, be better.
And she also has to sit down for some press interviews because it's making her look very entitled that she received the nomination, not getting one vote, and won't even talk to the American people directly when Donald Trump is.
Yeah, Kamala Harris's whole team right now is taking notes. Sat around a table and just like, wait, roll back, what did he say? Let me tell you how to win this election. As an expert in the field of Viking and medieval, apart from what he said, he has apologized for what he said.
I'm genuinely very, very sorry.
Whether you accept that or not, it's up to you. I don't believe in cancel culture, honestly. But apart from what he has said, it's how he says things. It's always so patronizing and snobby and know-it-all, self-righteous, and just preachy. Like, what is a preachy person? It's someone who tends to give unsolicited advice or express moral superiority, you know, in a tone that's kind of comes off condescending. And I feel like that's a good description of how he is, right? Even in his apology, it was still about how I should have researched better before bestowing upon thee my most esteemed opinion.
But I thought I was sounding the alarm and possibly bringing up a topic that could help improve her campaign. Stupid, very dumb.
I don't know. It's just, I don't know how to like put this into better words. It's just a feeling I can't describe. And it's interesting to see how he has covered so many topics and talked about so many people. Some interesting takes, some a little not so much. This one girl said,
the egregious jump from critiquing crumble cookies and Erewhon smoothies to critiquing the future president of the United States of America.
I mean, politicians are not untouchables. Is that what you're suggesting? They're not sacrosanct, you know, immune to criticism.
There are some conversations that you should just sit out on.
What? This is not a dictatorship. Politicians, with all due respect, I disagree. I don't know what you guys think. I believe if there's anything that we should regularly criticize, it's politicians, those in charge. And there is a lot to criticize about every politician and every political candidate. But the issue is not criticism in this case. It's not the criticism of a politician. What was he even saying? Using her womanhood, unqualified, unintelligent, Is that criticism, or are they just baseless negative remarks? Maybe there's an underlying motive here. Interestingly, there might just be, actually. Be better. Apparently, the masters that he loves shoving in your face, it might not be as hard-earned as he claims it to be. Someone found him on LinkedIn.
I just found Be Better on LinkedIn.
Kind of traced back around to Airboss, this company.
Currently, Be Better works at this company called Airboss.
That his relative owns. Same last name. Could it be his dad? I don't know. Maybe. To get a master's degree in marketing, you need work experience, which he conveniently has. Working with Airboss, where dad is boss.
I was the youngest person in Canada to graduate with an MBA.
Maybe dad. Maybe uncle. I don't know. So maybe daddy pulled some strings. Okay. Nepo baby stuff. Of course, this is not removing the fact that he could be intelligent, have interesting takes, right? But doesn't make you an expert, especially if somebody pulled strings for you. Even if they didn't, still doesn't make you an expert in everything. You know, like he talks to you like he has this superiority complex validated by this paper before he slaps you with a deep analysis of surface level insights. Apparently, under Donald Trump's administration, who is the political candidate running against Kamala Harris in this election, awarded a massive contract to Airboss through the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Massive, actually, the biggest no-bid sort of contract. Daddy's company, or whoever, your family company, right? His family's company. So there's a sketchy sort of link going on here. So I guess it kind of makes sense why he tried to sort of go at or bash the downfall of Kamala Harris and throw in all those talking points that he did. But his whole brand is just so negative in a very serious way too, where it's like makes it just uncomfortable. I don't know. So be better. Be better. All right. That's my unsolicited advice to you. Besides the fact that he also like bashes certain brands for being overpriced, and he's literally selling honey for $80. I'm sorry, we were talking about Erewhon smoothies being ridiculously priced earlier. Can we talk about your honey? I have a master's in Viking and medieval. That's overpriced honey. But yeah, guys, be better. Be better. What are your thoughts? Do you think that politicians are immune to criticism, like what she thinks? I think it's dangerous to promote that idea. All politicians should be subject to scrutiny, right? What are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments below, guys. I'm gonna head out and probably print 1,000 trillion copies of my master's in Viking and medieval Norse studies. Make sure I distribute it all over the city in case somebody hasn't seen it. That was it. I'm gonna go. Bye-bye. Farewell. I have a birthday to celebrate. Oh my god, is that my cake? Sorry, 1 second. Alright. And I just saw the cake. It better taste good, is all I'm saying. It looks cute. It looks so homemade, you know? And she was such a sweet lady. She was so cute. I'll definitely get more of my cakes from her, actually. Well, let me taste it first, okay? Okay, let's go. Bye.